Ce verset traite de la qualification,
This verse speaks about
pas de
qualification,
l'apparence.
not about appearance.
Le roi Parikshit
The
n'était
king
pas
Parikshit
un roi ordinaire.
was no ordinary king.
C'était quelqu'un
He
qui
was
avait
someone
une relation avec Krishna.
who had a
véritablement.
relationship with Krishna, truly.
C'est pourquoi
This
il
is
pouvait
why
éradiquer les religions.
he was able to eradicate irreligion.
Qu'est-ce que c'est la religion?
What is religion?
Krishna a dit le but des
Krishna
Védas est de me
says,
connaître.
the goal of the Vedas
C'est
is
la
to
réalisation
know
du
me.
Seigneur suprême.
This is the realization of the Supreme Lord.
On ne parle pas
We do
d'habitat,
not speak
on ne parle pas de naissance,
about birth,
on ne parle pas d'érudition,
about
de sacrifice.
scholarship,
d'austérité,
sacrifice,
de
austerity, charity.
On parle
We speak
que tous ces buts sont
that
atteints.
all these
portent des
goals
fruits,
are
quand
attained,
on peut réaliser.
they give results when we can realize Krishna.
C'est pourquoi
This is why,
personne, selon
Nobody,
Rishabhadev, ne devrait
according
être
to
un guru,
Rishabhadev, should be a guru,
un professeur,
a teacher,
un père, une mère,
a father, a mother,
sans
without
avoir cette réalisation,
having this realization,
sans pouvoir donner
without
Krishna,
being able to give
diriger
Krishna,
l'être vers Krishna.
to direct the living entity towards Krishna,
Surtout le gourou.
especially the guru.
Parce que le gourou,
Because the guru,
il est celui
he is the one
qui doit donner la
who
connaissance et
must
l'amour
give
de Krishna.
knowledge and love for Krishna.
C'est quelque chose qui est très
This
important.
is something that is really important. This is why
La réalisation spirituelle
spiritual
est plus
realization is more important
importante, hein, que l'apparence.
than
Par
appearance.
exemple,
For example,
dans la religion,
in
on met
religion,
plutôt l'aspect sur l'apparence.
we put the aspect mostly on appearances.
On va désigner
We will
des représentants,
des
personnes qui
name
vont initier
representatives
parce qu'ils
who will
suivent un
initiate
protocole.
because they follow a protocol.
Et ces personnes, ils sont très attachés
And
au
these
protocole.
people, they are really
Ils vont
attached to
dire-
the
ils vont
protocol.
toujours,
They will
que
always tell you
seul moi ai le droit
that
d'initier parce
only
que j'ai
I
le
have the right
protocole.
to initiate because I have the protocol.
Ils vont même dire qu'une personne qui a
They will
réalisé
even
Krishna,
say
il n'a
that
pas
someone
le
who
droit.
realized Krishna,
C'est le principe.
he does not have
la
right to
religion.
initiate. This is the principle of religion.
S'il n'y a pas le protocole, t'as
If
pas le
there's
droit.
no protocol, you have no right.
Ça, c'est une grande tricherie.
This is a great cheating,
Une très, très grande tricherie.
a very,
C'est l'âge de
very great cheating. This is the age of Kali.
S'il n'y a pas le protocole,
If there's no protocol,
même si t'es
even
qualifié, t'as pas le droit.
if
Par
you're
contre, si t'es
qualified, you have no
qualifié,
right.
t'as le droit.
But if you're not qualified, you have the
Vous
right.
comprenez?
You
Ça, c'est la
understand?
grande tricherie.
This
de
is
la
great
société.
cheating
Et
of
on
the
est en
age of
plein
Kali.
dedans.
And we're directly into this.
À partir de là,
From
en
there,
fait, la position de
the
gourou,
position
c'est
of
une
guru,
position de pouvoir.
it is a position of power, not of love.
Parce qu'en fait,
From
le vrai
there,
protocole, c'est
because
quoi?
the true protocol,
C'est
what
quand
it is
quelqu'un
when someone
est nominé par Radha et Krishna.
is
Et
nominated
naturellement,
by
par
Radha and Krishna
également.
and by a pure devotee
Pas
also,
juste par une institution.
but not just by an institution.
Quel poids peut avoir
What
l'initiation
weight can
si vous
initiation
n'avez pas la
have
qualification?
if you do not have the qualification?
Si vous recevez pas,
If you do not
directement
receive
le pouvoir de
directly
Radha
the
et Krishna.
power from Radha and Krishna.
Quand un pur dévot
When a
initie,
pure
c'est
devotee
Radharani
initiates, it's Radharani
qui donne l'initiation.
who gives the initiation through a pure devotee.
Si vous n'avez pas ce pouvoir,
If you do not have this power,
vous allez tricher les gens.
you will cheat people
Parce qu'à un moment, vous allez
because
penser
at some
c'est
point
moi.
you will think I am
Parce que vous n'êtes pas l'intermédiaire transparent.
because you're not the you're not the transparent medium. You'll think I am the guru, I am the acharya, and the others are not authorized. You will chase after the gurus who have the true possibility of initiating a person because they will become your enemies for power. It happens like that. In the past it happened like that, and even today it happens like this. It is a reality.
C'est pas si simple.
It's not so simple. And it is unfortunate because, in fact, as long as we do not have that darshan of Krishna, we cannot recognize what is true or false. It is impossible. Because Krishna himself, he explains to us who is on that level. So, when you don't have any qualified gurus, it is the war of gurus. You need more disciples, more of this, more of that. It's not easy. We enter into a circle where it is just like politics. You're in a clan. If someone accepts another person, you accept him. If the majority accepts him, you accept. But if the majority does not accept him, you cannot accept him. Otherwise, you will be criticized, and your position is endangered. You understand? This is the age of Kali. See the politicians, everything that happens. We speak about kings. It is just like people who wants to put things in their pocket. They say things to be elected, but they cannot even follow it after. That's why people stop voting. It's useless. Whether it is these or these other ones, it brings to the same thing, and everyone will suffer. You elect someone to suffer more. So people, they're tired of this. They're fed up with this. You understand? So maybe they're more afraid of certain extreme groups, political groups, so they mobilize a little bit, but the others, they don't care about them. This is why this age of Kali, it is extremely difficult, because when there are no qualified people, so the thieves, they take the power. They steal the power. The gurus, they steal the power. It's not, they accaparate the power. It's not easy. That's why we can encounter a lot of suffering in a relationship with a spiritual master which is not authentic. Like we can also encounter a lot of suffering with an authentic spiritual master if we act wrongly towards him. It's not easy. So how do we do in all of this? We don't have the eyes to see. We are in the age of Kali. So it is simply our previous lives who will allow us to be able to be well situated. Otherwise, it is not possible. Because the appearance, it does not allow to see who is who. We saw in the past that the so-called Paramahamsas, pure devotees, who had thousands of disciples, they had power, Shakti, like we say, very strong energy. But still today, where are they? They do nonsense. So it's not easy. And everyone was saying, oh, the pure devotee, the pure devotee, the pure devotee. But still, they were saying their absurdity. But since the Shastras say, if you criticize the pure devotee, you go to hell. So you're obliged to accept everything. You cannot question. You have no right. And even more, all your friends, if you say something, everyone rejects you. So people will really hurt you because you become the cause of their doubt. They will massacre you. They will trample you. We cannot imagine the violence of religion. If they could be lapidated, if they could lapidate you, they could. If they could cut your head, they would. If they will burn you, they would. Because this is what happened in the past. You become what represents the absolute evil. Because this person can make me doubt. But in fact, when we are with a pure devotee, we do not doubt. Because something enters inside of us. This is spiritual realization. We become touched by something that takes us away from the
qui
institution,
nous permet de comprendre
that allows us to understand the devotion beyond institution, beyond appearances.
C'est ça la différence.
This is the difference.
Ceux qui sont des gourous simplement
Those who are
externes,
external gurus, simply,
ils enseignent toujours des
they
règles
always teach
rigides
strict
pour te
and
garder
rigid
dans un
rules
lot.
to keep you inside the fence.
C'est comme une camisole.
It's like a
La
chains.
psychiatrie, ils font ça.
In psychiatry,
Avec, les
they
maladies
put you
mentales.
like a
Mais en
vest
fait, les
for
gourous
mental illnesses.
de ce calibre-là, ils te
A
mettent
jacket.
une camisole pour
So they-
t'empêcher de penser.
They put a jacket on you to force you to stop
Pas que
thinking,
tu
so
t'échappes.
you don't escape yourself.
C'est vrai,
This is true.
pas des blagues.
It's not a joke.
C'est difficile pour toi de t'échapper. Et
It
si
is
tu
difficult for you to
t'échappes,
escape, and if you escape,
si tu t'échappes,
if you
ouh
escape,
là 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 là. Comme ils ont du pouvoir
since they have power
sur le monde entier,
in the whole world,
alors si t'es pas protégé par
so if
Krishna
you're not
directement,
protected by Krishna
ouh là là
directly,
là 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 là. Ça c'est la méchanceté
this is
des gens qui sont pas des purs dévots. Et tout ça,
the cruelty of
c'est
people who are not
caché
pure devotees.
par
And all
des
of this, it's hidden
c'est
by
ça le pire. Le
being
pire, c'est que
holy.
c'est tout fait avec un sourire. et
It's
avec
all
des
done with a big
paroles.
smile, with
Des paroles
sweet
douces.
steps and sweet words.
Personne ne peut rien voir.
Nobody can see nothing.
C'est vrai. Même,
It's
même
true.
John Wayne, il joue
Even
pas.
John Wayne, he
John Wayne, bon, c'est
acts
vieux comme acteur.
not as
Je sais
good
pas
as
si vous
that.
connaissez.
I don't know if you know him. It's
Même
an
John
old
Wayne, il joue pas
actor,
aussi bien.
old movies. He doesn't play as good as them.
C'est extrêmement terrifiant.
It is extremely terrifying, the age of Kali.
Or, Shringi,
But Shringi,
il a maudit une telle personne.
he chastised such a
Et parce que
person.
l'âge de Kali
And
était
because
pas-
the age of Kali,
il venait juste d'entrer.
they just entered,
Son père avait
his father,
le discernement.
they had the
Regarde ce que tu as
discrimination. See what
fait.
you have
Maintenant,
done.
tout ça, ça va arriver.
All of this will happen because of
Les
you.
voleurs,
Thieves, bandits,
hein. Ceux qui cherchent à s'en
Those
mettre dans les poches du
who search
pouvoir.
to put everything in their pocket, they search for
Le
power.
pouvoir.
The power.
Moi, c'est
Me.
moi le gourou.
I am the guru.
Vous comprenez ça?
You understand this?
Les Écritures le disent.
The scriptures say it,
Mais c'est pas comme ça.
but it's not like that. You
Ça,
understand?
c'est l'âge de Kali.
This is the age of Kali.
C'est très difficile de
It is very
passer
difficult not to
par
be taken by
rapport à
appearances,
moins d'avoir
unless
des
you have
activités pieuses et vivaces.
pious activités from
C'est
previous
extrêmement
lives.
difficile.
It is
Par contre,
extremely
si vous en
difficult.
avez,
But if
vous
you
avez la
have,
vision pour voir,
you have the vision to see,
parce
then
que vous
you cry
voyez ce qui se passe.
because you see what's happening.
Et c'est pas beau.
And it is not beautiful.
Et si vous voyez et vous en
And if
parlez,
you see it and
c'est
you
pas
speak
un
about
vous
it,
après vous.
it's not one person you have against you,
C'est des centaines.
it's hundreds of people.
Mais pareil, si Krishna vous
The
protège,
same.
ils peuvent-
If Krishna protects you, they cannot
ils
do
n'auront pas
anything.
le pouvoir.
They won't have the power to hurt you.
On doit accepter.
We must
On est
accept.
dans un âge qui est terrible.
We are in an age that is
Et
terrible,
pourtant,
but still,
Krishna sera vaincu.
Krishna will be
C'est quoi
the winner.
le fait que Krishna soit vainqueur?
What is the fact that Krishna is the
C'est
winner in this?
Au-delà de tout ça,
Is that beyond all of
il peut
this,
vous
he
porter,
can
et
hold
vous
you.
amener dans son
He
royaume,
can bring you
là
into
où
in
il y a
his
le vrai
kingdom
amour de Dieu.
where there is true love of God.
Et quand vous avez cette possibilité,
And when you have this possibility,
croyez-moi, vous
so
vous échappez.
believe me, you escape.
Et c'est ça la magie de Krishna.
This is the
C'est
magic
bien
of
qu'on est dans
Krishna.
l'âge de Kali.
Although we are in the age of Kali,
Tiens-toi bien, Madhava, s'il te plaît. T'es
hold
dans la
yourself
position.
nice, Madhava. You're in the temple room. You're not in your bed. Thank you.
Bien qu'on soit dans l'âge de Kali.
So although we are in the
cet
age of
est
Kali,
terrible.
this is a terrible age.
En même temps,
But at the
le
same
mouvement
time,
de Sankirtan
the
reste
Sankirtan
fort.
movement stays
Bien s'il y a
authentic,
cette couche de
even though there's discovering of gurus of this and that, and
d'arnaque,
of cheating, and Krishna cannot be touched by this. It is just like the soul, it's the same principle. We are covered by different coverings, but the soul cannot be touched. In the same way, the Sankirtan movement cannot be touched, but still there are all these horrible things in appearances that cover it. But still, by the mercy of Radharani, Radhakripa, so you can be elevated beyond this duplicity, these appearances. It is not the majority, it's very rare. But if you are not caught by this and you don't enter into this hypocrisy, so you will be able, by the fact of chanting and meditating, you will be able to have this mercy. That's why we should not be caught by this trap. But it is difficult because it's not a small percentage. But what do we want? To be hypocrites? Krululus? We'll give it a name, a particular name, the Krululus, where we want truly to be different. We want to be different. But if we want to be different, you'll be judged, attacked. This is the nature who wants this. The nature of this world. History will always repeat itself. We see, for example, in the story of Jesus Christ with the apostles, the same thing happened. It will always repeat itself. If you decide to be authentic and beyond the appearances and this cheating, so all those who are in the appearances and cheating, they will reject you. They will hit you. And it is normal. Because you will become, for them, doubt personified. And the principle of fanaticism, of sectarianism, what is it? It is this principle of small faith. We taught you something that you will never be able to experience because there is a cheating in this. And if you encounter someone who allows you to get out of this cheating, so you have a choice. Either you change, either you become very harsh. Sectarianism, fanaticism, it is simply people who do not experience Krishna. And when they meet people different who experience Krishna, they will develop hatred. How are they happy? How can they have love? It is false. You understand? It's not possible. They cannot have this. Oh, the cheaters, the liars. It happens like this. They are lost because they don't taste nothing. The only thing they can do is attack, injuriate others. It's the only thing they have in their heart. And this is why, when we become authentic and we have the experience, so we become a source of trouble. Although we appreciate everyone, but everything happens differently. Although we want to love everyone, it starts complete trouble. The false gurus, they agitate themselves, the disciples also. It's very powerful. And still, it cannot happen otherwise, any other way. You understand? It's logical. We are in the age of Kali. If you don't understand this, so every time you will think, how is that possible? But how is that possible? And at some point you will say, oh, but no, I cannot continue in this thing. You understand? This is why we must understand through the Bhagavatam what happens. And this story, it reveals to us how the age of Kali will attain the heart of living entities. In the age of Kali, fathers, sons, mothers, daughters, everyone, they quarrel, the gurus, the disciples, everyone. We must accept it. And we must, by our own faith, go beyond these appearances. It's very important. We must go beyond. There's a world that exists where all this cheating does not have any existence, and this world, it is there. It is simply covered by a covering of hypocrisy. And this is what the true Guru teaches to his disciple, to go beyond these appearances, because he sees this. He can understand by himself, because he receives by the attacks that he receives. See, Prabhupada, what happened? Prabhupada was fed up with this. He was fed up with what happened, because Prabhupada was a pure devotee. He saw what was happening. He said there were people who had positions that were not qualified and who became envious of his purity. It is the truth. It's not that it did not happen. It happened truly. We are in this age of Kali. So, let us not be hypocrites. We must have the experience, but not appearances. Anyway, if the experience is there, and it comes from up there, you will not fall down. They can curse you. Nothing will be able to destroy you. You understand? However, if you are persons who search for power, for disciples, so you'll be destroyed by yourself. You may be able to maintain yourself, but you will not obtain access to Vrindavan. It will not be possible. This is why the trap of searching for power, Raghunath Das Goswami says it is the last trap. Even very exalted personalities, they get caught by this. It is very rare to go beyond this obstacle, because to go beyond it, we must have the experience of our Svarup. We must, in our spiritual body, we must go to Goloka Vrindavan. Otherwise, it is not possible. You can have the dress of a sannyasi. It's nothing. To take sannyas, it's not what gives you this access. It is a special mercy. And as long as you did not receive that special mercy, you are obliged to become proud. You can tell people, I know everything, I know. It's just blah blah. You don't know. You read a book. You don't know. You don't know anything. You don't have the experience of Krishna. You don't have the experience of love of God. I speak about the true realization, to go in Golok Vrindavan. If you have not experienced this, you cannot not be proud and search for something in this world. It's not possible, because when this experience is at least experienced one time, then you become disconnected from all of this. This is why a true guru, it's very rare. It's very rare. Jai.